Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks with Sean and Joy, coming to you from Pennsylvania. And Sean is in the sunny state of Florida.
I am.
Hey, I hear crazy things about Florida right now, that the water temperature is so warm that the coral is not doing well. I heard that on the news yesterday. Is that
No,
true?
it's summer. It's summertime.
Oh, I know. Okay. I guess it was fake news. What can I say?
It's I don't- you
Yeah.
know I don't know. I'm a there's ebbs and flows of our yeah. It is hot, and I think it's like I heard that the air's coming off the water, which is abnormal for this time of year, which is creating more humidity. So it's the heat index. Like I don't remember that when I was a kid. It was hot. There was no like it's 110 heat index. We just knew it was hot. But yeah, it's warmer. The water's warmer than it's been for a long time. So, which
Mhm,
means
mhm.
probably the winter will be very cold. Ah, darn 50s and 60s.
Oh, I know.
Anyway,
Crazy, crazy. So,
and that is your Weather Channel update today.
yes, yes. I won't even begin here in Pennsylvania because we do have, other than the fact that it's raining, it's very comfortable today. So
Yep,
it's all good. We'll take it.
perfect.
So, but anyways, so hey, Sean, I was thinking about this earlier and thought maybe it might be a good topic to talk about when we talk about teamwork, about everybody focusing on the same thing, everybody, having a role. And what does that look like? When you talk about teamwork, immediately somebody thinks about, oh, my team. But teamwork is all around you. We're all
Yeah.
part of bigger missions, and staying focused on that, I think, is kind of important. So, what can you speak on that topic?
So I I think we've harped on it the last 2 or 3 weeks. This 10 card challenge. So I just got off a Zoom with a realtor who I talked to before, and I showed her how to send a card. We met a couple months ago, and she's you know trying to get her contacts in. I'm like, "Hey, just do this 10 card challenge. Just start with that while you're getting your contacts in. And
Hmm.
I do the send it to your friends and family. And she's like, well, I could go to my office and, I could probably create a little postcard and get people. I'm like, no, no, no. Look, all you're going to do is just ask them to just do a favor. Get them part of your, like you said, people want to be part of something, you
Hmm.
know? So I think, hey, would you join me in this?
Hmm.
It's simple, that little phrase, join me in this to build it. And then what I taught her, she's going to teach other people if they want to be affiliates.
Right, right.
Um, so to me, that's really been my focus within send out cards on my team is just, I know I've been harping for 17 years, show somebody how to send a card, but I'm not doing that now.
Hmm.
Show them
Hmm.
the 10, ask them to do the 10
Right,
card
right.
challenge.
So what do you, so are you kind of like, when you communicate with your team, are you like, what are you doing to get them focused in the same direction? I mean, are you?
You know what? You're not going to get everybody 100% focused on the same direction. I came from
Mhm,
corporate America. So, you know, I, I'm, I, for me, I'm leading by example. I'm telling them,
mhm,
look, that's another one today. I'm up to 20 some so far in the last 2.5 weeks.
mhm, mhm,
To me, this will change the trajectory of my business. I
mhm,
have no doubt about it. I
mhm.
would honestly would not have had 22 walkthroughs in the last 2 weeks without the 10 card challenge.
Right,
So I'm
right.
just trying, look, and when someone new comes along, when you get a new team member, that's all you're going to teach them. Send a
Mhm,
text out. Have them word how they want. Hey, would you do me a favor? Hey, would you join me in this? However they want to word it,
mhm, mhm.
you know, that's how they're going to build
Yeah.
their
So
team.
so
And then,
your focus with your team is just teaching them to do the same thing you're doing right now, not
yeah, I mean,
getting down.
and doing that, not
Yes.
telling them, hey, here's what I've been doing. Here's how many I've done.
Hmm.
Some are going to hear you and jump on board with you and
Right.
go run with you. Others aren't, but that's okay because that's what the 10 card challenge is. You're finding the ones that want to move forward,
Yeah.
either as a customer or an affiliate.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so and it's same thing with when you build teams in you know if you're in a company, you've got people in roles that and then we all talk about, well, get out of your comfort zone. Some people don't want to. So you have to be okay with that.
Mhm.
Like, I like to do this. Let me do this. Great. You're good at it. Do that. You like to do something else and you want to move up. Well, here's what and then you start putting in a plan for them. So yes, you have your team, but then it's really, to me, it's really individually meeting with them and saying, yeah, what do you want to do? I just want to be a customer. You know what? Fantastic. We need millions of those. That's great. I
Mhm.
want to share it too. Great.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's talk about that. Let's put a plan in place. So I think it's having a vision. I mean, I think all great leaders talk about, you know, it's BDAB, baby. It's $1 billion and beyond. You want to be a
Mhm.
part of it or not? What's that
Mhm.
look like? And I did
Mhm.
a video the other day. What's yourself look like in 3 to 5 years? You have to I heard that you visualizing yourself as somebody who you want to be is the greatest way for you to put in new habits and change who you are.
Mhm.
So putting that, so that's it. I think it all
Right, right.
encompasses when you're building your team. How about you?
So, well, I know, just kind of the schematics of somebody when somebody joins you. You're 100% right on leading by example and having your attitude in the right place and knowing what the vision of you is, and what you want to do with this. So, in relaying it to the team, you're right. Some are going to get it, some aren't going to get it. But I know that I have found that when I've spent time even discussing what my vision is, to them, it helps in aligning them to have not the same vision, but to have a vision.
Right.
Might not be the same, but it's, you're trying to get people, to have the same focus to the end result, but everybody's going to find their own little way, to kind of get to that. But
Right.
I know that for me, I spend a lot of time at the beginning talking with them and seeing what their goals, aspirations are, guiding them in the direction of, the $20 challenge is the entry point for anybody, and we get them on that. And I do coaching with them, I'll give them the option. Do you want to chat every week, every other week, whatever, blah, blah. I just recently actually started, Tuesday night calls, Tuesday night Zooms for those that want to. Of course, we're kind of the group that I have on there right now. We're focused on our number that we want to get in the $20 challenge by the end of August.
Right.
Well, and when I started the call out, I started it with, we're not going to talk about anything else right now except for one thing. I want you to think right now, no barriers here. How many people do you want to see on that $20 challenge by October 31st or August 31st?
Or October.
Yeah,
We're going to
write
reset
it
it at
down.
the end of the month. Now, how many do you want this month?
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly. I said, write it down. Just write it down, you know? And I said, now go back and say, how many do you have so far? Blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Okay. And then we'll come back to that number. We went on a few other things and came right back to it, came back to it afterwards. So that they have their, it says, okay, you want this, you gotta do it, you gotta be talking to this many people, you gotta be in front of
Right.
this. We gotta be asking so many people a day. You really do have to ask so many people a day, to get those results. And it doesn't all happen in one day. All the results don't,
No, I
the
had a slow,
responses
like
don't
last
happen
week,
in
I'm
one
like,
day.
God, no one said yes, or I
I
sent a bunch.
know,
I'm like, all
I
right,
know.
but that's just putting your head down and okay, don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Um, and I think the one thing, especially in our business and our business model, yes, you can be disappointed when somebody doesn't do what you thought they were going to do, but you got to get over that fast and move on and think not try to talk them into anything, or I can motivate them to do this, because there are so many people out there that aren't going to need as much motivation, and you're going to drain your energy focusing on somebody that may or may not ever do anything.
Right, right. And
So doesn't mean we don't keep loving on them, keep sending them cards. Maybe they'll come back and want to do it, but we can't get focused on two or three people that you're trying to push to do
and
stuff.
as you're an affiliate and you've got an affiliate that's fallen into that, do you pick them back up? What do you do to help that affiliate move forward?
Yeah, you can't if they're not if it's not right time, or they're in their own head about something, or whatever it is that's stopping them to move forward. And I'll go back to my banking career. If somebody wasn't getting it, but they were putting in, I saw them putting in effort every day, I would never stop working with them.
Mhm.
Give them different books to read, try to figure out what's holding them up. I don't care how talented somebody are, but if they're not giving you effort,
Mhm.
I move on quickly. That
Right.
sounds harsh,
Well, what I
but
said when I asked that question is, yeah, when I ask that question, I'm not asking for somebody who's a slacker, that really isn't trying. I'm talking about somebody who really is, and they get that slump. They get that point where it's like,
and that's when you just got to say, look, it happens to all of us.
that's right, that's
I
right,
mean,
and
it
that's right.
happens to all.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan talks about his dude. I sent 87 cards out to 87 people, and 0 people signed up.
Mhm,
87 conversations. And I think he shares a couple stories of people doing the same thing. And,
mhm, mhm,
it's just you that's the don't quit on a bad day. Thank you,
mhm,
BB
mhm.
Trotman, for the book. But
Yeah,
don't quit, damn it. That's the only
yeah,
way you're gonna lose. And you're
that's
gonna see
exactly right.
somebody's resolve, and you help them, keep sending them cards, keep having conversations. If they're calling you, answer every time. And
Absolutely.
you work through things.
Yeah,
So
and that's why I was kind of like
sorry,
drawing
not
that. It's
yeah.
like you've got those people that really are, and then they get that point. It's like, okay, what do you do to take them under your wing to, like, make them understand this is okay. It's
And I
okay to
think
have these times. It's okay
you
to
can
do this.
preempt that too, Joy. When you sign somebody up, say, look, you're going to have great days in this business, and then
Absolutely.
you're going to have some times like, what the hell? Why aren't
Yeah,
people getting this?
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's just part of it.
Yeah,
It's
and,
just part of it.
the other part of it too, in that process of working as a team towards that one goal is like, you've got people that are going to see other people that are on their up, and you're on your down, going to start comparing yourself. Then you're going
Oh,
to pick
I
yourself up, and
remember.
that's a mistake too.
Yeah, I remember going to Detroit for one of the Treatum rights, and the guy was an executive, right? He had signed 5 people up. That's it. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What? But he, 2 or 3 of those just exploded, that took him to that level. And
Mhm,
you know what? To that point, if you have a vision of yourself, here's what I want to look at. Like, here's what 3 to 5 years, what am I doing? How do I conduct myself? Where do I want to be? If that's what you're comparing yourself with, you're going to win.
mhm.
If you get into the habit of, and it's hard, comparing yourself to other people, that's a losing proposition every single time.
That is, it is because
Whether they're doing better than you and you're like shit, or they're doing worse than you and you're going, ha ha ha. That's Both of those are losing propositions. But compare your I mean, Amberly, we have conversations all the time. A year ago, I thought I was doing great, but look at me now. I'm like, that's your only competition is you.
Mhm.
In a year from now, you're going to be shocked at what you're doing then compared to what you're doing now.
Yeah, exactly,
So, but
exactly.
it's hard for some people to get that. So,
Mhm,
so
mhm. Yeah. So yeah, but like I say, when you are, you're in this business, I want to say for yourself, you're in this business,
you are, but not by yourself.
but
I
not
like
by
that
yourself. Yeah, I was trying to say it right. You're always part, you're
Is that
always,
how it's formed?
yeah, you're
You're in here
always
by
part,
yourself and good
you
written out.
are part of the team.
Yep.
You all work together. We're all part of the team. We are all part of the send out card, send out card
Prompting.
prompting team.
Yep.
We all have that goal, and it's like we lift each other up, we pick each other up, we, and but it all comes from your own personal mindset.
Yep.
But hey, I want to share something with you, Sean,
Sure.
and with the group. I did find this interesting topic on performance teamwork is what it's called. It's lessons from geese. And I don't know if you've ever heard this before. You probably have. And there's other analogies out there, but I want to read it to everybody.
Sure.
Share this. See how you feel about, not feel about it. It's really
Hit me
cool.
with it.
Here you go. Okay, here you go. A geese flap their wings, they create an uplift for the bird following. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock adds 71% greater flying range than if any bird were to fly alone. So in life, share a common direction and sense of community. Whenever a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and resistance of trying to fly alone, and quickly gets back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front of it. In life, stay in formation of those headed to where you want to go. Not compare.
Right.
Not compare. It's not a comparison. When the lead goose gets tired, it rotates back into formation and another goose flies at the point of position, sharing leadership and interdependence with one another. That's like, you just kind of mentioned, you saw sometimes people are on stage, sometimes you're sitting back, sometimes you're on stage, sometimes the same people are sitting back. It's all good. It's all part of the process. The geese in formation honk from behind to encourage those up front to keep up their speed.
So
in
we
life,
stand on our feet and cheer.
Make sure it's a honk of encouragement and positiveness.
Yeah.
When a goose gets sick or wounded, 2 geese drop off formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it gets better or dies. Then they will launch out on their own, or they may choose to rejoin the group. We too can stand by each other in difficult times as well as being strong. Let us all try to fly in formation and remember to drop back to help those who might need it. Isn't that good? I thought that was like really good.
So your team is the 10-card challenge team.
Yeah, it really is. It's I mean, are there other things? I was talking to somebody this morning on the 10-card challenge, and guess what they wound up doing? The 157 package.
Yeah, that's okay too. Now, do you try to say when they want to buy that, do you say, hey, would you also do the 10-card challenge?
Well, I was just getting ready to say, there's another piece to that too, because number one, they came to me and what they wanted, and I always ask people ahead of time. I want to find out ahead of time. So I'm kind of like ready to guide them if I need to guide them in the right direction, kind of thing. So I knew what they wanted to begin with. So, but then, and I did show them the other options and really stressed the 20 and really talked about no matter what you do, try this. No matter what you do, this is a great way, no matter what you do, kind of thing. So when we ended the conversation, yes, the package is what they want with their thank yous that they want to work with. And she says, I want to do this 20 myself personally.
Perfect.
Kind of a thing. And she says, and I think that maybe even, the owner of the company might want to do this too. She says, I'm doing all the cards. So, I'm the one doing the work. So, so I thought that was, so
here's the link to share it with.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it was just kind of like real interesting, how that all kind of went with it. But yeah, so it's all good. We'll take it.
All right. Well,
awesome. Congratulations on being in your 20s. I'm getting real close to my 20 for the month. My goal.
You need to up that goal.
Huh?
How many?
My 45 is my goal. Okay. I have a goal of before I leave on vacation in September, my goal is to have 65 people in place. So that's where I'm at. And daily, I'm making a list daily. I'm sending, I'm messaging people.
Yeah.
And like you say, for the last 2 days, I didn't have anybody bite on it, but guess what?
That's okay.
All of a sudden, you're going to get 2 or 3.
And I had a friend I sent Monday, and he's like, and then I saw a post on Facebook that he was at the shoe at Ohio Stadium waiting for a concert, and man, hey, enjoy the concert, have a blast, and he said, hey, I got your text, I'm on a plane tomorrow, I'll take a look at it, so Absolutely. People are busy, don't, and if they're close enough, if they haven't responded, like, dude, sign the hell up, it's $20. If you have that relationship with them.
Yeah. It's all in the relationship you have, the words that you use. Yeah, exactly. And like the people ask me how, where do you go up with these people? I said, well, I am on social media, I see them on Facebook, I see them there. It's like, you've never really done too much.
Anybody that's thanked you for sending them a card that you've never shown or talked about. Do you want to pay? I did one who I talked, her son played hockey with mine. She's a CEO of some retirement centers. I do handwritten, I'll just get, and she even joked like, I'll continue to pay the $5 to $6 a piece that I do. Well, she had a picture, she's on a paddleboard up at Lake Erie, and I did the comment like, don't be like Rick Moranis in that movie where he's flying away, and she said, oh man, thanks for the card, gave me a laugh. I said, you know what, it's time for you to pay it forward. It's $20, just did it. She goes, you know what, I'll give it some consideration. I'm like, just sign up, consideration, just sign up. Okay. So
don't consider it, just do it.
Yeah, send your friends and family. So
yeah.
All right. Well, okay, have a lovely weekend.
Hey, thanks. And you guys all have a great weekend. We'll
Yep.
see you next week. Tell us
Perfect.
what you're doing out there.
Yeah,
Blue.
absolutely.
Yeah. See you,
Bye bye.
Sean. Bye.